Hi guys, welcome back to Marant's Rants. Plenty of good information, a little bit of motivation, whole lot of truth, no financial advice. I'll explain everything you see on the screen. Here's how it works, guys, on GameStop. We made it to the middle of October, but if you're paying attention to what the algorithms are doing with these two stocks, i.e. GameStop and AMC, they're moving at the same rate right now. The last 2 weeks, they have mimicked each other on the charts. The only difference is the volume that it takes to do the moves that GameStop does with 1 million shares traded back and forth like it did today. 1 million. Yesterday, 1 million. The day before, 1.97 million. 1.93 million, I'm sorry. Everything is always 1 million, 1 million, 1 million. AMC's at 43 million shares traded back and forth. 50 million shares traded back and forth to mimic the same movement because it takes a lot of volume to mimic this type of movement. So let me explain to you what you see on the screen. This is the year to date for GameStop, guys. We know we are currently in the biggest wedge of your lifetime. And when we break out of the wedge, it's going to be great. I think people have price predictions out there. That's for them to make, not for me. But when I look at the stock, first, I love the company. Okay, that's the first thing. I love the company. I love what they're doing. They just hired 49 new executives in September 21st is when they started. So they just started 3 weeks ago. And that whole team's put together with the number one hiring being the Mark Bixby hiring that we talked about, the VP of engineering from Chewy.com, from Wayfair.com. Everybody who does anything online, that engineering platform, that's who they're hiring. Multiple hires. I encourage you guys to go look at it. Over 136 new hires from LinkedIn.com as far as that they actually have a profile on LinkedIn. So you'll be able to see where they come from, what's the pedigree, what type of individual are we hiring, the top, the upper echelon of this whole world when it comes to e-commerce and or retail itself. So look at GameStop, look at the chart. Here's why I'm so excited, period. If you saw this first wedge that we got into, now this run up here was once the Senate hearings happened, we went up from $40 all the way up to $182. Okay, 183, 184. I still remember the day. We came back down and we worked it all the way back up. And we know what that was. That was March 10th, I believe. On March 10th is when they knocked us down and they shorted the hell out of us. That same day, we ended at 266 after dropping to 171. It was a real crazy day for a lot of us, but that's what really penciled it in for me and said this is manipulation to the fullest. My shares haven't seen the light of day since then other than when? Right before earnings. So as you go through this huge cup, which should have been a handle, and I'll explain this, but let's go back to the wedge first. Do you see this consolidation that we did, these sideways trading days? We did all that in April. We did all that in May. So we broke out end of May all the way to June 9th. When we broke out of that wedge, look at the true explosion of the stock. It went from being a 150, 160, 170 stock all the way up to 340, 350 again, 347 to be exact. That is a true breakout. That's what happens to this stock when volume comes to it. And volume has to come to it because that's the way these wedges work. This is the way the momentum of the world works on these stocks. Now, what happened to our stock? Did we get shorted? Sure. But we also did a stock offering, a share offering of over 5 million shares. So when we offered up 5 million shares, we sold it off. This is the long, drawn out portion of these live streams, of this channel, of this summer. It was terrible, but we actually knew we went through the whole way. The next wedge we had, the bullpen you had, actually broke out here, went up to 231, but now you're getting us right back to where we were. But the real breakout's coming. So the real breakout has to come out of this wedge. When we do, prepare yourself for one of these breakouts. One of the ones you see here that we had back from February, from March 10th all the way through up until June. That's a 3-month run. Now you're at a 3-month run from when? From right now, the 31st, which was August, and you're going to look at November. November 11th through the 24th, whatever they want to tell you, that's the true knockout blow where we can get to the next echelon level, the next step. Because remember, when the tide rises, all boats go with it. And you're looking at this right here, the whole stock's moving up. So it feels good to know that we have a great company. They're doing the right thing. They're not squandering this opportunity. They're making money. They're making all the right plans. I know, no news, guys. I get it. They're not making any Twitter noise other than cryptic tweets, but they really can't. They have that gag order put into place, and a lot of things are happening behind the scenes with other things going on. I'm not worried about crypto. I'm not worried about AMC. I'm not worried about any other stock but the one I own. So that's where I'm at with this video. I hope you guys are as bullish as I am on the damn stock. I love it. It's GameStop. It can't stop. It won't stop. It's GameStop. I'll see you around, millionaires.